Hello, my stamping friends. This is Renee Novak at blessedbycards.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States, and I'm here to share with you a card that we're going to make together for our weekly Wednesday video. This is a card that's going to be using the flowering Zinnias designer series paper, and we're going to use the Grateful Blessings stamp set, and we're going to use this little stamp right here, You're Such a Blessing. So let's get started with the supplies you're going to need. We're going to need a piece of a card base, and for my card base I chose Melon Mambo, and that is going to measure 5.5 by 8.5, and you're going to fold that in half to make your card base. Now all the directions and all the supplies are available on my blog, so you really don't need to write anything down if you don't want to. But we're going to start with our card base of Melon Mambo. Then we're going to have an inside piece that measures 4 by 5.25. We're going to have a little strip of our flowering zinnias that we're going to use for the inside. We're going to have a piece of white for the outside of our card that measures 4 1/8 by 5 3/8, and it'll barely fit on that card front. And then you're going to need a piece of designer series paper, 4 1/4 by 4 1/4 square. And you want to cut that on the diagonal so that you get 2 pieces. Let me just bring that in here. And you're going to adhere your designer series paper on top, and it will go over the white just a tiny little bit. So it'll go pretty much over to the card base itself, to the corners. But then you'll have this white space here that we're going to stamp on. So let's get started with that stamping. I'm going to set these pieces aside, and then I'm going to take this white piece that we're going to stamp on and our stamp, and I'm going to bring in the Melon Mambo ink, and we're going to sauce that up, and we're going to be stamping it straight down on our card base. So before you do that, you're going to want to kind of see approximately where that's going to be. You don't have to actually adhere this yet, but you need to kind of know where it's going to be. So let's just do that right now. Put that stamp right on there. Give it a firm press. And there it is. You are such a blessing. Okay, so now I'm going to take some Tombow glue, and we're going to just adhere this to our card front. Okay, so I'm just going to put a little glue right on there. You don't need a lot of glue, but you want to make sure the edges are kind of down. So I usually do a little bit on the edge and some in the middle. And then I'm just going to adhere that, and like I said, it just barely goes on because it measures just 1/8 of an inch smaller than the card base. Okay, so that is that, and then we're going to take some adhesive, and we're going to put it on the back of our designer series paper. Put that right down in the corner. And like I said, it's going to go all the way over to the card front, covering a little bit of that white. And you can add some bling here if you would like to get some bling and add it onto your card front to give it a little more dimension, or maybe a butterfly. Okay, so there is the card front. And then for the inside, add this to the inside. And then I'm going to add this piece all the way down from top to bottom, again covering a little bit of the white and having it show. It's a little bit longer than the card, but we're going to trim that off with our scissors. So we're just going to put a little bit of glue on the back of that designer series paper, and then we're just going to adhere that right kind of in the corner, right before where it creases. You can kind of fold your card up if you want to make sure it's not going to, make sure it's not going to crease it. And that way you'll get a nice straight and even line of flowers. And then I'm just going to take my paper snips and turn that opposite side and just snip off those 2 little pieces. And there you have it. And you can add another greeting inside if you would like for your sentiment. And like I said, you can add a little butterfly here. I think I am going to go back and look for some bling to maybe pretty this up on the top and give it a little bit more of a pizzazz. So you'll probably see that in the picture, but I didn't bring my bling up with me to my video station. So that's our weekly Wednesday video. Be sure to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any future videos. And until next time, be blessed.